Get ready with me story time about how the guy I was talking to for 2 months was cheating on his girlfriend of 2 years. Let's go. Disclaimer and added comment. I did not know about the girlfriend, so before y'all even try to say, no, I did not know about the girlfriend. And the boy is a compulsive liar, and the girl stalks my social media, so I'm probably most likely going to post all the proof and evidence because I have all the screenshots of everything. So yeah. Okay, so basically let's go to the beginning. So this guy adds me on Snap, right? And I click on it because I'm like, okay, I gotta add. I didn't see until like a day or two after he already added me. But I click on his profile, and he actually has a public profile. And a lot of guys don't have public profiles, or they don't have any pictures of themselves, and he had a bunch. So I was like, okay, definitely not a catfish. And he was cute. Light skin with pretty eyes. So I was like, okay, like he's kind of fine, whatever. So I hit add back. Not even kidding. Literally 30 seconds after I added him back, he texted me and was like, hey. Or he was like, what's up, Mom? Okay, and I remember exactly where I was. I was in English class when all this goes down, and he texted me, and I'm like, okay. So I text him back, I'm like, what's up? And we do the usual, getting to know each other, asking each other, like, base-level questions. Mind you, he literally, I will text him, and he responds within 30 seconds. It is, like, instant. And sometimes I'm like, okay, cool, like, you're responding quick, but this is giving a little bit too desperate. So I'm like, and I ask him, I'm like, are you Christian? He's like, of course, I go to church on Sunday, which was a lie. And, like, we're just getting to know each other, and he seems pretty cool. He seems pretty chill. And I'm like, okay, maybe you're desperate. I don't know. So I kind of stop responding quick, and I wait, like, 20 minutes because I'm like, what are you doing? Whatever. So then we end up talking for, like, I'm going to say a week before we actually hang out. So we're going to fast forward to the part where we hang out. Okay, I know I'm annoying, but I did my lashes off camera. Anyways, back to the story. We end up hanging out, and he's, like, asking me if he can pick me up. And me being me, I'm like, no, you can't pick me up. I don't know you. I've known you for a week. This could be a safety issue. So I'm like, but we can meet up at this public food chain area that's very close to my house. And he's like, okay, bet, that's fine. Anyways, we end up going there, and I see him. He doesn't see me, and he's like texting me. He's like, where you at? And I end up getting out of my car, walking into his car, and he's like, oh my gosh, I low-key thought this was a setup. I thought I was gonna get robbed. And I just looked at him like, in the big 2025? In this area? We're literally in the suburbs. I'm like, you're not from here, are you? And he's like, no, I'm from Miami. I just recently moved here, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, because what? Anyways, so we end up hanging out. It was actually pretty chill. We end up going to, like, Kroger, getting snacks. And this dude, like, he seems really nice. And he asked me for a kiss. And I'm like, no. Like, one thing about me is I have, like, extremely high self-worth. And I respect myself. And I do not, like, move quickly when it comes to, like, kissing, blah, blah, blah. Because, so anyways, he drops me back off at my car. And he's like, so when is the next time that I'm going to see you? And I'm like, I don't know, when I have time, because, you know, I'm going to play a little bit hard to get. Like, it's not going to be easy like that. And he's like, okay, well, I really want to see you again. Let me know when you're available. I'm like, okay. So fast forward, we end up hanging out like 4 more times after the first time, so 5 times total. He buys me food. Like, he takes me to this little cute restaurant. I'm not going to say what it is because what the freak. Anyways, so he takes me there. He pays for my food. And we walk in, and, like, apparently the people in there know him. And they're, like, looking at him, and they're like, oh, shoot, this is your girl. Like, she's bad. And he's, like, soon to be. Like, he just says that he's, like, soon to be. And I'm like... And then the vibes are kind of weird. Like, the girl serving me, she kind of, like, looks at me, and she's like, yo, you're actually so bad. Like, she's like, oh my god, you're actually so bad. Y'all are such a hot couple. And I was just like, thank you. Like, but the reason I say the vibe was weird is because they were all, like, staring as if they knew something. Which, yeah, they probably knew that he had a girlfriend. So then, a month after me and him are hanging out, and I'm starting to like him. Like, yeah, like, I like him. Nothing crazy. And I ask him, I'm like, so... do you, like, how do you feel about relationships? Like, is that the goal with this? Like, do you want this to turn into something? And by this point, we have literally done nothing except kiss, okay? Because I respect myself, like I said, and I, like, did not want to do anything with anyone that I was not in a relationship with, and I was not about to do that because that's, no. And, like, I was like, no, you're not about to use me, whatever. And he's like, no, I don't really want a relationship right now for probably, like, 6 months because I'm working on myself and I want to work on my business and whatever, my job, whatever. And mind you, this man is rich. He's 20. I'm 19, okay? He has money. He drives a nice car. He lives on his own. He has money. And I'm like, what do you do? And he's like, oh, I do marketing. He didn't really tell me. And he has 2 different phones. I should have saw that as a red flag. But he has money. This is my lip liner. It's very ghetto, so just ignore it. Anyways, so he's like, do you want a relationship? Like, is that what you're looking for? Hold on. I'm going to do this off camera. Okay. And then I'm like, well, I want a relationship, but not anytime soon because I just got out of a 2-year relationship. And I was like, yeah, not right now. Maybe in like a couple months, but not 6 months. 6 months? Baby, that's a little bit too long. Like, that's just giving, like, I get that, but it's kind of giving player, because why are you talking to me if you want to wait 6 months to date me, but you want to do everything that a dating couple does, but you want to wait 6 months. It's just, something wasn't clicking. And also, I just want to say something, too. He was, like, extremely jealous. Like, whenever I would, like, mention another guy, rather, if it's a friend, somebody that I work with, he did not like that. And I had a picture up of, like, prom, which had my ex in it, and he was like, ew, you need to delete that. And he got really mad. He's like, why do you still have pictures of your ex? If you really want me and you want to be with me, you would not have pictures of your ex. So I deleted the picture that my ex was in, even though it was our prom pictures. Like, are we kidding? Are we in middle school right now? Like, what's going on? But he was insanely jealous. So I was like, okay, maybe I really thought, like, he just likes me but doesn't want to date me. I don't know. So then, fast forward, I'm going to say a couple more weeks, I start talking to another boy. And I tell him, by the way, he's not happy with it. He does not like it. But at the same time, he can't control me because we're not together. He doesn't want to date anyone for 6 months. I'm not about to wait 6 months for no one. Okay? And this boy, he comes into my work. I know where he works, too, because I've seen him. And I'm like, bro, he's fine. I tell all my coworkers. And then my coworker ends up hooking me up with him because I'm like, give me his number. So I start talking to this boy. And I really like this boy. Like, I fall head over heels for this boy like that. Like, literally, within, like, 2 weeks, I'm like, oh, my God, I really like this boy. And I had not felt like this for, I'm going to call the light skin, oh, my God, I just almost said his name, Ryan. And we're going to call the other boy, which he's white, we're going to call him James. So I didn't feel like that for Ryan, but I, like, started liking James really, really, really quick. And I was like, what is wrong with me? So then I start telling Ryan, I'm like, yeah, I kind of like this other boy. And then Ryan is, like, mad about it. He's like, okay, whatever. And then one day he, like, ghosts me, and I'm like, okay, you don't want to date me. Why do you care? Like, I'm single. I've been in a 2-year relationship, and before that, I was in a 1.5 years. I'm like, okay, let me actually, like, explore my options and stop, like, locking in so fast. You know what I mean? Okay, so then fast forward. Ryan, he's like, okay, like, trying to win me over. He's like, can you at least come to my house? And then also one day, we were texting. He went on, like, a business trip that he was supposed to be gone for a 1.5 weeks to Miami, but he was back within, like, 4 days, which I thought was really odd. And then one of those days, he deactivated his account on Snap, and we would snap every day. And I thought that was so weird. He deactivated his account or he blocked me. It's one or the other. And he would never give me his number. And I'd always be like, can I get your number? And he's like, I only give my girlfriend my number. Like, he's like, you have to be my girlfriend, basically. And I'm like, 6 months just to get your number? But we're, okay, whatever. I thought that was so weird. And I should have saw the red flags. I should have. Anyways, he ends up asking me to come over. And I'm like, okay. He's like, just give me a chance. So we end up hanging out. We make out or whatever, stuff that teenagers do. And I start noticing that he has all his clothes piled up in stacks on top of his dresser, and they're all folded really nicely, like they had been in a drawer. Anyways, I have to hurry. That was, like, the last time that we hung out before all the weird stuff started happening, because I get a DM, and she's like, hey, how do you know Ryan? And I'm like, oh, Ryan, I kind of talked to him a little bit. We don't really talk as much anymore. And she's like, yeah, that's my boyfriend. And she's like, do you have proof? Or no. I asked her, I'm like, do you have proof that he's your boyfriend? She sends me a picture of them kissing in his exact apartment. Also, he had 2 dogs, and he said one of the dogs was his homeboy's dog, and the dog that he said was his homeboy's dog had a girl name. I was like, okay. Anyways, go to part 2 for the rest of the story. This is part 2 of how I found out the guy I was talking to for 2 months was cheating on his 2-year relationship. So let's just do a quick rundown in case y'all are new here. Basically, the way I started to find out was we hang out our last time before I figure out, and I go to his apartment. I'm just gonna explain everything that was in the apartment. Okay, so first I literally walk into his apartment. I don't notice anything weird. All I notice is it's kind of bland, and there's flowers sitting on the kitchen area, and he literally immediately goes to the flowers, picks them up, and he's like, starts rearranging them. He's like, oh yeah, these flowers, don't make fun of me. I just think it brings life because me and my homeboy who lives here, we don't really know how to decorate. Okay, so I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, okay, maybe he's telling the truth because his apartment was bland. He was not lying. Anyway, so we go to his room, and the first thing I notice in there is that he has all of his clothes, or not all of them, but a vast majority of them, stacked on top of his dresser, and they're all folded. They're not like he had laundry and he was about to put it away, right? They're literally stacked on top of there. They're high, and I'm hold on, I forgot to say this one part. When I get there, he's texting me, he's like, come over now, and I'm like, okay, I'm coming. I get to his apartment, I'm sitting in there for 20 minutes, I'm texting him, I'm like, I'm here, I'm like, okay, I'm only gonna wait 5 minutes, because he literally does not respond for 10 minutes, and I'm like, okay, I'm about to leave. I was literally about to leave, and then he walks down and opens my car door, and I'm like, and he's like, sorry that took so long, I was cleaning. I'm like, bro, I don't care, if it's dirty, I'm not gonna judge you, I don't care that much. I might as well just help you clean, it's not that big of a deal. And he was like, no, it's not that, it's just I had a lot of laundry and I'm not trying to have the laundry out when you get there. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So then that's when we go into the apartment, and then also in his room he had another thing of flowers on the nightstand. There's 2 nightstands, right? One of the nightstands has flowers on it, and again he's just like, yeah, these flowers, I feel like they just bring they just look better and they make the room look more bright. And I'm like, okay, again, I don't really think anything of it. I should have, but I didn't. Then the other weird thing was I had to leave, so we only ended up hanging out for an hour, and we just, I said, we made out and stuff. And legit, he's like, okay, I have a meeting at 7, you need to leave by 7. And I was like, oh no, I'm gonna be well before 7, probably 6:30, because I have a family function that I'm going to, so you don't gotta worry. And he's like, okay, good. And he's really adamant about this meeting, and I'm not thinking, okay, he's cheating on his girlfriend. No, I'm just thinking, yeah, he's a good worker, he's a good employee, whatever. He's a good businessman, he wants to keep up with his business and be on time. I don't think anything weird. I think that's good. I think he should do that. Okay, so then the next day I go home. I open up my phone in the morning. I get a DM from this random account, and I click on the profile. They don't have any pictures, so I'm like, okay, interesting, but they have 1,000 followers, so it seems like a legit account. And this person's like, how do you know Ryan? And I'm like, I used to I talked to him. We don't really talk as much anymore, but we hung out yesterday, whatever. I tell this person that, and she's like, okay, because that's my boyfriend. And I'm like, okay, do you have proof? The way I'm so eager to post the picture she sent me. She sends me a picture of them kissing in the exact apartment. So it just clocked in my head. I was like, oh, they live together. That's why he had all those clothes stacked up, because he probably put all of her clothes in there and didn't have any space for his clothes, so he pulled them out, right? And mind you, I asked him why he had clothes on top, and he was just like, oh, I just need extra space in my drawers, because her clothes were in there. Duh. And at this point, I didn't really say this in the last part, but I had been talking to a different boy that I liked more than Ryan, James. And I had been talking to James for about a month, and I'd been talking to Ryan for 2 months. And I just liked James more because he seemed more real, and he didn't seem as much as a player, because what James would do is he would slide up on all of my stories, and sometimes he would make an inappropriate remark, and I'm just like, okay, boys do that, you know? And I would just be like, okay. He knew I was Christian, he knew that. But I would just be like, okay, whatever. I kind of looked past it, and I shouldn't have, but I did. But I just felt so inclined that he was a player. It felt like God laid that on my heart, that he was a player, even though he didn't really show signs that he was a player as much. I just had that gut feeling. Your gut is always right. And I also told him, I'm like, I feel like you're a player. Just randomly one day when we were having conversation, I feel like you're a player. He got so mad. He started, like, spamming me. He was like, how dare you say that? How dare you? Oh, I'm just so disappointed. And then he, like, ghosted me for, like, a couple hours. And I was like, I just said something like, this is your chance to reassure me and be like, no, I'm not like that. But you were so defensive, it showed that, like, maybe you were. You know what I mean? And hold on. I just realized I kind of got the timeline wrong. She didn't text me the next day after we hung out. She texted me a few days after because I remember the next day, I went to the movies. Me and my ex had planned to see this movie for months, like, and we ended up going to see it, and me and my ex-boyfriend had been friends for 5 years. We were literally friends for 2 years before we dated. We were best friends. So me and him are very comfortable with each other, very tight. He was talking to someone else. It wasn't anything weird. But I was at the movie with my ex, and I remember Ryan had texted me, and he was like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm at the movies. And he's like, with who? I know you're not by yourself. And I was like, yeah, I'm with my ex. And I think I was with my best friend, too. And then he was like, ew, I don't like that. And I'm like, okay. And then at that point, I was like, I need to just tell him straight up that I don't think this is going to work because I'm kind of tired of, like, him being jealous and just, like, toxic, it felt like. And we weren't even together. And he didn't want to date me. So, yeah. And if you didn't see in the last video, he didn't want to date anyone for 6 months because he wanted to focus on himself. So, yeah. I was just kind of found it weird that he wanted to be like a boyfriend to me and tell me what to do and control me, but he didn't want to date me. Gibbs player. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to just tell Ryan straight up I don't like him anymore. So I was like, hey, Ryan, I really like James. I've been hanging out with James a lot. You know that because I told you I'm not no player. I don't think this is going to work. I don't really want to see you anymore. We can be friends if you want. If you don't want to be friends, I'm cool with that too. That's what I said. I left it at that. And this man literally seemed like he got down on his hands and knees and started begging and was like, no, please, like, please, let's make this work. Can I just take you out to dinner? I'll prove myself. Like, can I do better? And I'm like, no. Like, I just want to be friends. I don't want to do that stuff. I like this other boy. He's like, please, just let me prove myself. And I'm just like, I literally left him on open, on Snap. Again, he wouldn't give me his number, so we texted everything on Snap. I left him on open. And also, this man would stalk my social media because I didn't have any of his social medias, and he found all of mine, and I would get, like, follow requests, and I'm like, and then he'd be like, oh, by the way, I followed you on your other account. And I'd be like, interesting, you know, okay. So then, a couple days after that is when the girl texted me and was like, this is my boyfriend. She sends me a picture, so I know I see the proof. And she's like, can I see messages? I need to see everything. What did y'all do? I need to know how many times y'all hung out. She wanted to know everything, which rightfully so. That was her man for 2.5 years. I want to know too. So me being petty, I open up Snapchat and I start sending him a video of me laughing with no context. I'm just like, oh, you are so funny. Oh my god, you crack me up. You're so funny. This is why, like, I just knew. That's all. Literally, I just sent him a video of me laughing. Didn't say anything. And I sent him, like, I just said, I just knew. That's it. 2 seconds later, he blocks me. And me being me, I'm like, okay, hold on. He's probably going to try to delete chat. Because if his girlfriend knows, I'm sure that she's confronted him. Or she's about to. So, I screenshotted everything before he could block me and delete chat. Sure did. Sure freaking did. So I have all the messages of him sliding up on all my stories saying, oh my god, I just want to do blah, blah, blah. You're so bad. Like, I want you so bad. Like, I just want to, whatever. Like, and then I sent her screenshots that I had from maps of where her apartment was because she didn't believe me that we hung out at her apartment because apparently she told her that I was lying and that I was just doing it for attention. So, baby, I screenshotted the address and I sent it to her because you're not about to make me look dumb. And then she's like, okay, well, can you just, like, help me? Like, I don't know if I believe you. Like, I kind of do, but I just feel like he wouldn't do something like that. And I was like, girl, literally your 2 dogs are named blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, you didn't see my stuff in the room? I was like, no, girl. Like, I didn't know he had a girlfriend. And she was like, okay. The story gets progressively worse. You think it could get better? No, it got worse. So then, she's texting me, and she's literally stalking my stories. She's viewing all of my stories. She's literally, like, randomly asking me questions, like, weeks after we already talked and she found out he cheated, she's like, yeah, he said you lied about this. I'm like, girl, I don't care. I don't want your man. Why would I lie to you? I have no reason to lie to you. So then she goes to my boyfriend and says, your girlfriend's cheating on you. Finds his social media somehow. Go to part 3. Part 3, babies. This is the last and final part, so buckle up. Okay, so I have to give a little bit of context because I had to watch the video back, part 2, to make sure I said everything. Okay, so, by the way, legit, after the girl texted me and I sent her all the proof, and I'm probably going to add some in this video, by the way, because I know y'all are waiting for that. But, legit, like, 3 weeks after she finds out her boyfriend cheated, I literally am texting her. I'm like, she's being really nice. I'm being nice. I'm like, girl, like, you're so pretty. Like, leave him. You don't deserve that. You deserve way better than him. And she's like, I know, but I just, like, you're right. I just don't know what to do because he'll tell me that you're not telling the truth. And I literally sent her a voice message and I was like, okay, this is everything I saw in your apartment. This is all on Instagram, by the way. I sent her a voice memo and was like, this is everything I saw in your apartment. I explained the decoration because apparently he lied and said I lied about actually hanging out at the apartment, which why would I do that? You're dumb, okay? So then I'm like, no, I saw your 2 dogs. They literally had dash hounds, or however you say that. They were cute. And I told her the name of the dog. And I was like, yeah, this is the name of your dog. He said it was his homeboy's dog. Your room, like, and I explained what was in the room. Like, he had pictures of his business because he has, like, a clothing brand business. And I was like, they were hung up on the wall. In the bathroom, he had, like, all his colognes lined up or whatever. And she's like, okay, but how did you not see my stuff? I just don't get how you didn't know about me because all my stuff, and he says that you knew about me. The way I wanted to, like, freaking give me your hand to that boy and burn his hand, because why are you lying on me? Why are you lying on me, bro? Just admit you got caught. Just admit it, bro. You're done. And then I'm texting her, and I'm like, girl, I really don't care to lie any way, shape, or form, because if I knew about you, it doesn't really change the circumstances. Regardless, like, your boyfriend cheated on you. I don't owe you anything. I don't know you. Therefore, if I knew about you, okay. Like, I'd be disrespectful. It doesn't matter. I didn't know about her, though. I didn't. But, like, she just seems like she's getting mad at me and not at him. Break up with the man that cheated on you, bro. And then, oh, I forgot to say this. Oh, my God. He had a tattoo of, like, a girl's name, and he told me that it was his mom's name. And I was like, yeah, he has a tattoo, blah, blah, blah. And I said the name. And she's like, girl, that's literally my name. He told you that was his mom's name? And I was like, yes. He was a certified liar, bro. Literally certified liar. She's like, no, his mom's name is blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, girl, like, I'm sorry. Like, don't know what you want me to tell you. Okay, and then fast forward, like, 3 weeks. She ends up texting me again. She's like, hey. She asked me a question. She's like, again, he said you lied about it. I literally said, girl, I don't care. Because at that point, I was just done. Like, girl, figure out your life your dang self. Like, you clearly aren't listening to anything I'm saying. I've given you proof. I've told you things. How would I know them if I was lying? Like, genuinely, go check your mental, because clearly you are being gaslit. He was 10 out of 10 gaslighter. The reason I said 100 was because, like, 100% 10 out of a 10 gaslighter. That didn't really make sense, but anyways. Fast forward now 2 months. Yeah, this is how the story gets worse. I get back with my ex-boyfriend, who I'm with now, that I've been dating for a total of 3 years. And this is how I know she was stalking me, because how does she find his social media? I don't post on my Instagram. I only have pictures up of me. And she somehow found my boyfriend's social media. And I know you're like, it's probably not that hard. I didn't have anything up of him because we had just got back together. I didn't have any pictures of him up, because the picture I had of him, Ryan, made me delete it because he was jealous. That was the only thing I had up of my ex. So I'm like, how did she even find his social media? I don't know. Maybe she went through my comment section and, like, saw the guys that were, like, flirting with me and then went to his profile. I don't know. But she ended up finding his Instagram. She DMs him this whole paragraph. Hold on. Okay, I just texted my boyfriend. He is gonna find the screenshot. I have all the proof I'm gonna add in the video, because I think it's so funny. Also, I wanted to note, he had a kiss mark tattoo, and like I said, he's light-skinned. I should have known he's a player, because I'm light-skinned myself. Light-skinned men are players. I should have just known by that. But anyways, she texts him this whole paragraph. yeah, your girlfriend has been cheating on you for the past blah, blah, blah. She knew about me. She knew that my boyfriend had a girlfriend, and she did not care. Like, basically saying I was a terrible person. Like, thanks, babe. So sweet. And she was like, you need to get away, or whatever she says. I have the screenshot, so we'll just pop it up. But, yeah. And it's so funny, because the time she sent this message, he was like, babe, what is this? And shows me right away. It was no, like, him texting her back. So I seen right away. I read it. We looked at each other, literally started dying laughing. Because ain't no way you just texted my boyfriend trying to ruin my relationship saying I'm cheating on him. Like he wasn't going to tell me. Okay, and then I'm going to show you guys what I said. But I just want to note, I was really pissed off. I don't cuss, and I think I did in this paragraph because I was texting it and, like, saying a cuss word and typing it. Anyways, I think, like, some of the stuff I said was kind of rude and harsh, so, because I was really annoyed that she was trying to ruin my relationship. Like, I don't play about my man like that, so don't, like, especially, like, why are you sliding in his DMs? Like, literally, your boyfriend cheated on you 4 months ago. Why are you still on this? It's giving, like, I don't know what was going on. But I'm going to show you exactly what I said to her. I was like, girl, nobody wants your nasty boyfriend. Like, you can keep him. You could have left, but you chose to stay. And then I told her there's also this white girl that Ryan talked to before me. I told her about him. I told her about her. And she was like, oh, great, another one. I was like, yeah, girl, there's probably multiple. Definitely. Like, if he can lie so smooth and so easily, there's definitely more than one girl. I also want to say that I genuinely do feel really bad for her, but I start losing that feeling of sympathy when she's choosing to stay in that relationship. When he's clearly lying to her, I'm giving her proof, and then she's coming at me like I'm a liar. I just kind of start to lose respect for her. As much as I do wish her the best, and I hope she finds her peace, life happens, things happen, but let this be your lesson. If your man ever cheats on you, you gorgeous gem, leave that man right then and there. Don't even hesitate. Don't even think about it. Leave. And it's the fact that he cheated and wouldn't even admit that he cheated. Like, he was like, yeah, I cheated, but he wouldn't tell her the truth. Like, he... Okay, wait, I also forgot to add, this part is so crazy. He literally... So, you know he has the kiss mark right here? He'd be like, yo, like, kiss my kiss mark. I feel like that'd be kind of hot. And I'd be like, okay. And now, like, it's so crazy to me that kiss mark is literally his girlfriend's lip print. I don't know if I showed that screenshot, but she told me that in our messages. The world we live in. Men will literally have the baddest girl. Like, she is actually so bad. And just fold. Like, I don't get them. Anyways, I have a million other stories. I'm gonna start posting these. If you guys are, like, showing engagement with these, like, the comment section and liking the video, then I'm definitely gonna do more story times. But let me know if you want more. Jesus loves you. And I'll see you in the next.
Hey cuties, update about my last story time on how I gave a girl a concussion. So the girl I was talking about ended up seeing the video. Of course, she's mad about it. And now she wants to fight. I'm gonna say this on the internet so everyone knows this. I don't want to fight you. Like, literally, that was not my intention. I didn't post it to, like, talk about you bad or, like, anything. I was genuinely just talking about my experience and something that happened to me. It's my account, and I can post what I want. If you want to, you can post your side of the story. Like, I just talked about what happened to me and how I felt and like my perspective. Like, girl, I really hope you find peace in life. We've already fought twice. I don't think a third round is necessary. I'll give you the first round, and I think it's fair to say I got the second round. You can't say you weren't prepared the second round because you literally threw water at me. Like, what did you expect? Do you really expect me to just take it and, like, walk to class after that happened, after you recorded it? I'm not gonna fight you so you can redeem yourself. You already had 2 chances to prove that you can beat me up, and I think she's just mad that she didn't beat me up and she expected me to get beat up. And first round, that was my first fight literally ever. Like I said, I never wanted to fight. You literally, like, peer pressured me into fighting you. I wasn't even mad. Like, I can't fight someone if I'm genuinely not mad at them, or if, like, I have, like, any hatred towards you. Because it was never no hatred. It was just like I just started distancing myself from you because I didn't want someone like you in my life, you know? But I mean, if you want, you can post your side of the story and let people know how you bullied me into fighting you. I really hope life goes good for you. I'm not gonna fight you because I posted a story time. She said I was scared to mention her name. If you watched the video, I clearly said I didn't mention the name because I don't have beef with you. And if you have beef with me, then it's one-sided because I can definitely go to sleep at night without thinking about you. I can definitely wake up every day and go throughout my day without thinking about you. And I know you can't, but I didn't mean to give you a concussion. I'm sorry. Like, I did not mean to, but you definitely meant to throw that water on me. And you tried embarrassing me, but honestly, you just ended up embarrassing yourself. You said it yourself, too. That's not my problem. You honestly got yourself into that situation. And if you want to get your side of the story out on social media and on the internet, then do so. Nobody's stopping you. You don't need to fight me to prove anything. Like, what is there to prove now? That you're mad? Like, fighting isn't gonna get you anywhere. Honestly, that's just really ghetto and ratchet. And then she wanted to say that pretty girls do fight. Pretty girls fight for a good reason. You fought me for not a good reason. You fought me because I told my ex to drop you because you guys were too friendly. Like, I literally think that's why we fought. Because if I'm being so honest, to this day, I literally don't know why we fought the first time. And she said how I explained it, that's not how it happened. Well, that's how it happened to me. So if you have your side of the story that you want to share, then you can definitely share. Good luck on that. Just wanted to clear it up because I don't want to fight.
তুমি তো সুন্দর কেন? আমি তোমাকে তো ভালোবাসি কেন? তোমার কথা সারাক্ষণ আমার মাথায় ঘুরে কেন? একটা মুহূর্ত আমি অবস্থা থাকতে পারি নাই, আমি তোমার কাছে চলে আসি। আছে কোনো সমাধান এই সমস্যার?
তুমি আমাকে অনেক ভালোবাসো, এই জন্য তোমার চোখে আমি সবসময় সুন্দর। আর তুমি আমাকে ভালোবাসো বলেই তুমি আমাকে প্রতিটা মুহূর্তে মিস করো।
তুমি যদি আমাকে বিয়ে না করো, তাহলে এই যে আমার অপশন, আমি ওকে বিয়ে করবো।
তুমি প্রেম করবো একজনের সাথে আর বিয়ে করবো আরেকটা পিচ্চি মেয়েকে। এটা বলতে তুমি আমাকে এখানে ডাকছো?
তোমার সাথে প্রেম করছেন, তোমার বিয়ে করতে বিয়ে করো আমারে।
আমি বলছি আমি এখন বিয়েটা করতে চাই না, আই নিড টাইম।
আর কত টাইম?
তোমাকে কি আমি চিনি?
আমাকে চিনেন না? আপনার হবু জামাই।
কি?
মানে কি?
I'm sorry, আমি প্রিপেয়ার ছিলাম না তো। আমি
চিনেন? ভালো করে দেখ, তোরা আমার আর কিছু করা লাগে না।
মাশাল্লাহ মাশাল্লাহ, কি সুন্দর ছেলে।
বাসা নিয়ে গেলেই সেন্সলেস হয়ে যায়, বাসা নিয়ে গেলেই সেন্সলেস হয়ে যায়।
আচ্ছা আপনি একদম টেনশন করবেন না, আপনি বাইরে ওয়েট করুন।
কাকে?
মিস্টার নার্স,
আমার চাচা এই হসপিটালের মালিক, আপন চাচা। আমাকে অনেকবার বলছে ডক্টর হইতে।
তুমি জানো ওকে কি বললা?
বললাম যে ভিজিটিং আওয়ারের টাইম হয়ে গেছে, রিপোর্টগুলো কালেক্ট করা দরকার।
তোগুলোকেই পারবো, তোরা সহজ সরল তো। আমগুলোকে কওয়ার সাহসও পাইবো না আর আমরা করুমো না। তোগুলোকেই পারবো, তোরা সহজ সরল তো। আমগুলোকে কওয়ার সাহসও পাইবো না আর আমরা করুমো না।
নো, আমি কোনো ইনজেকশন দিব না, কোনো ক্যানোলা হবে না।
আপনি ভয় পাবেন না, সব পেশেন্টরা একটু ভয় পায়।
এই 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 কি করতেছো তোমরা?
সে ইনজেকশন দিবে না, ক্যানোলা কতক্ষণ ধরে?
ওকে ওয়ার্ড লিডার কে বানিয়েছে?
কে স্যার?
আমি বানিয়েছি।
স্যার বাসায় যাচ্ছিলাম, কিন্তু আপনার সাথে একটা জরুরি কথা ছিল।
হ্যাঁ বলো।
তুই সারাদিন ডিউটি করে আবার নাইট মিসেস কে?
আরে আমি কি ইচ্ছা করে নিছি? কেন তুমি জানো না?
নার্স খুব কম, ছুটি আমি দিতে পারবো না।
না না স্যার, ছুটি লাগবে না স্যার। ওই
তোমার যদি ডিউটি করতে করতে ঘুম চলে আসে আমাকে বইলো, আমি আসবো।
আরে না, বললাম না কমিউনিকেশন গ্যাপ হয়ে যাইতেছে না, যোগাযোগে ঝামেলা।
হ্যাঁ না পেছনে আমার প্রত্যেক দিন নাইট ডিউটি করতে হয়, আমি তো প্রত্যেক দিনই করি।
বাসায় কিভাবে থাকবো বলেন?
আমার বাসায় তো যাওয়া যাবে না,